Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
We're jumping straight into the thick of it today. Looking at international rugby, I was reading this really interesting piece from Planet Rugby Info.
Ah, yes, the one discussing team depth and resilience.
Exactly. So our mission really is to unpack some of those nuggets about how the top teams build that incredible depth, how they stay resilient, and, the kind of strategic prep that goes on. We're focusing on the positive side, what makes these teams tick, how they handle the tough stuff.
It's fascinating stuff.
Definitely. And hey, before we get properly stuck in, if you're as obsessed with rugby as we are, make sure you hit subscribe on Rugby Obsession. You won't want to miss these deep dives.
Yeah, definitely do that. Because today we're looking at, how these elite teams build for the long haul. Sustainability, adaptability,
Right.
how they manage setbacks. It's a huge part of modern sport.
Yeah.
And rugby provides some pretty stark examples.
Okay, let's unpack this then. You almost have to start with that recent result, don't you? Australia beating the Springboks 22-38 at Ellis Park.
Yeah, quite the upset.
And straight away, the talk was about injuries for the Bucks, naturally. But Wallabies? Lock Nick Frost, in that Planet Rugby Info piece, he had a different take.
Oh, yeah? What did he say?
He basically said, well, it is a loss for them not having their leader, but we've seen over the years that the amount of depth they have in each position is second to none in the world.
Second to none. That's a big statement.
It is. And he's talking about some major outs. Siya Kolisi, obviously, with that knee injury, out for 4 weeks. Huge.
Massive. Captain. Talisman.
Yeah, and then Edwil van der Merwe, Kurtley Arendse, Pieter-Steph do Toit as well. Not insignificant losses.
Not at all. Key players. So when Frost says second to none, what's behind that? It's more than just having backup players.
Well, that's what's so interesting. Frost also mentioned how a lot of teams envy what they have.
I can believe that.
And the article points to examples like Jesse Creel stepping up as captain in Cape Town. Seamlessly, almost.
Right. And Jean-Luc Dupree's coming in for Kolisi at number 8. That's a key position filled by, another top-class player.
Exactly.
So it's not just plugging gaps. It's about having players who can genuinely perform at that level, slotting right in.
Yeah.
Frost also mentioned, didn't he, something about leadership?
Yeah, he said something like, while Kolisi's leadership is missed, they've got plenty of other leaders and plenty of other experience on the field to fill their shoes.
Which points to that systemic strength. It's not reliant on one or two individuals. The whole structure is built to withstand these kinds of hits.
It really does. So the question this raises, I guess, is how does that level of depth maintain performance? It's not just cover. It keeps the whole strategic approach consistent, doesn't it?
Precisely. It suggests a really ingrained coaching philosophy and player development pathway. Everyone knows the system.
Thinks you think, doesn't it? For you listening, what does that kind of squad depth mean? Not just in rugby, but any high-performance setup? How vital is it?
That's a great question. That resilience is key.
Okay, let's switch focus a bit. The Wallabies. They got the win, but they didn't come through unscathed either.
No, they had their own setbacks. Peach with a broken jaw, Slipper with a concussion.
Right. Significant experience lost there. But Frost, even talking about their own injuries, sounded pretty confident.
What did he say about that?
He said, so we'll miss some experience there, but other than that, for this week, the squad that we have here, everyone's fighting for selection.
Now that speaks volumes. Internal competition, belief in the guys stepping up. That's a healthy squad environment.
Yeah, it suggests real hunger throughout the team. And it wasn't just about personnel. Andrew Kellaway chipped in, too, talking about their confidence, specifically around dealing with bad weather.
Ah, the conditions factor. Always crucial.
Yeah, he said, we certainly feel confident in how we prepare for that. And he brought up beating the Lions in similar wet, windy conditions before.
Okay, so that's not just bravado. That's based on past success, proven adaptability. They've done it before.
Exactly. Experience counts.
And if we tie this back, Kellaway also mentioned, didn't he, how they see the Springboks as the benchmark globally for that type of game.
Yeah, meaning that physical grinding contest,
It's
especially when it's wet and windy.
Right. So they respect the Boks power game, but they believe they have the tools to counter it. The article mentions their fantastic coaching staff, strategy and tactics-wise, and also the IP, the intellectual property that experienced players bring. Guys like James O'Connor, Nick White. Their game smarts are vital.
So it's brain complementing brawn, essentially.
Yeah.
Strategy finding ways around sheer physicality.
Exactly that. Especially in tough conditions, tactics, adaptability, smart decision-making. that can definitely level the playing field or even tip it in your favor against a physically dominant side.
It poses a really interesting question then. In a sport like rugby, so physical, how much weight do strategy and adaptability really carry against, the benchmark physical team in difficult weather?
It's huge. It shows that the game is evolving beyond just collisions. It's about game management, exploiting weaknesses, playing smart.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do teams prep for those massive challenges? What's the key to strategic success in your view? Let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession if you haven't already. Keep up with all our deep dives.
Yeah, get involved in the conversation. It's fascinating because even the best teams are constantly learning. Look at Rassie Erasmus.
Right. He admitted the Springboks outsmarted ourselves in that loss.
Which is quite something for a coach of his stature to say publicly. It shows that honesty, that self-reflection. It's part of the process even at the very top.
Absolutely. It's not about blame. It's about learning, adapting. That's the spirit of competition, isn't it? Pushing each other to get better.
Constantly evolving.
So, thinking about everything we've discussed, the depth, the strategy, the resilience, what really stands out for you, the listener? What elevates a team to that benchmark status in rugby today?
Yeah, what is it? Is it just talent, coaching, or that whole underlying system?
Maybe a final thought to leave people with?
Well, maybe this. With all this focus on squad depth, on meticulous planning, could it be that the true measure of greatness now is less about individual stars and more about that collective ability, the team's capacity to adapt, to perform consistently, no matter who's missing or what the conditions are? That adaptability might just be the ultimate marker.
That's a great point to ponder. Adaptability as the new benchmark. Love it.
Food for thought.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, we've seen the incredible depth of the Springboks as a core strength and the strategic confidence and detailed preparation of the Wallabies, allowing them to challenge that strength. It really paints a picture of top-tier rugby as this dynamic, constantly shifting contest.
Absolutely. Never stand still.
Well, thank you for listening to this Rugby Obsession deep dive. Make sure you are subscribed to Rugby Obsession so you don't miss our next episode.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We will look forward to you listening to our next episode.